I'm way off base here. Or maybe I'm right. But I think that the WWE is not really trying enough for WrestleMania this year. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You could agree with me. You could not agree with me. But I just think that Vince and company are just not putting their all into this year's event. Now, there's 6-7 matches that we know that we're going to get. Which basically, how many other matches are you going to have? So the match card is basically already done. I know it's a, 4 or 5 hour show that they do with WrestleMania. I haven't heard anything about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I heard they were going to scrap that, which is interesting, with the Andre the Giant documentary coming out on HBO, that they would scrap that this year. But whatever it is, they haven't treated it right anyway. Angle and Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie. You have the vacant Cruiserweight Championship will be up for grabs in a match. You'll have Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. You will have The Miz versus Rollins and Finn. Nakamura versus Styles so far, and Brock versus Reigns. And again, obviously, like I said, you'll have Charlotte defend her title, so that's up to 7 right now. I see nothing for Braun Strowman. Unless I'm missing it. Put my glasses on? No. I see nothing for Braun Strowman. Nothing for Elias, who is turning into an incredible heel. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's go down by what they have. Angle and Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie. This is horribly booked. There is no way Angle should be in this match. I'm sorry. You put Braun Strowman in this match with Ronda. It's a no-brainer. And I've said it from the start. Braun is the guy to team up with Rousey. He's the guy. Kurt can't stand anymore. And Kurt's had his moment. Kurt's going to wrestle, 1 or 2 more matches after this? You want the eyeballs. ESPN, Fox, all the outlets, the Today Show, everybody's going to be talking about the Rousey match. Wouldn't you want Braun, who you're pushing? Wouldn't you want Braun to be in that? Yet you put in Kurt. It makes no sense to me. I know Vince loves his names, but it just... It's dumb. It's dumb. Then you have the Cruiserweight Championship match. Okay, we don't know who's even in that one, so I can't comment on it. And Cruiserweights, hopefully it's good. I've always been a fan of the Cruiserweight matches. Asuka versus Bliss. I love Alexa, but this is another one. It's so predictable. You know Asuka's going to win. You know that she's not going to lose to Alexa. Listen, if Asuka was going in as the champion, undefeated, then I could see it. But she's not. She's undefeated. And you know, whatever the match may be great, but you know what the end outcome is going to be, that Asuka's going to win. So that's such a predictable match. Then, we don't know what we're doing with Rollins. We don't know what we're doing with Finn Balor. So we're going to put him in a match against The Miz. We're just going to put them all in a match. Okay. What would have been great if it was a triple threat ladder match. I'm still not... Listen, I'm not entirely down on the triple threat. I just think Finn and Rollins obviously could shine more in a singles match. And The Miz also. But I think a triple threat match... I'm down with it. Make it a ladder match. Make it a triple threat ladder match for the IC belt. That'd be great. Then you have Nakamura versus Styles, which is the dream match, which everyone has looked forward to since the two of them were in the company together. And now we're going to put Cena in the match. And everyone's going, oh, well, it would add some intrigue. You know, Cena going for 17, it could add some intrigue. No, I don't want intrigue. I'm already intrigued. I got Styles and Nakamura. That's all I need. That's all I want. I don't want John Cena in there. I don't want John in there. Find Cena something else. Find him something else to do. Now, from they screwed up giving that match away for free on Raw. Cena versus Finn would have been a great match, one-on-one. I still think that Cena will face The Undertaker. And everyone will go to me, oh, Chris, you don't mind that one? Taker can't move. But you know what you're going to get, though? You're going to get a brawl. Cena and Taker is going to be a brawl. I'm okay with that. Plus, we've never seen it before. We've never seen Cena and Taker, as big of the names they are, fight each other, especially at WrestleMania. I mean, Taker and Cena fought each other when Cena was young, when he was just up and coming. And when Taker was the American Badass. And to answer the question, yes, I think Taker can move more than Kurt. I really do. At least when Taker's in the ring, I mean, he's got the promo on Raw 25, at least he was standing up straight. And then you have Brock and Roman. Which, who knows? Maybe they're keeping Braun on the shelf because this whole steroid thing, maybe it'll blow up and maybe Roman Reigns won't be able to wrestle at WrestleMania and Vince is going to have to scrap it. Then maybe that's what you have Braun waiting in the wings for. I don't know. I thought Reigns cut a great promo on Raw last week. I think if they use that and use Reigns to cut those type of promos and build Brock as the heel, then I think maybe it could work out. Brock is a true dick heel, and Reigns is kind of that babyface heel. I think it could work. But let's face it, no one's going to want to see it. And New Orleans will boo the match out of the freaking building, and it'll be a disappointment. But there's nothing for Elias. There's nothing for Braun Strowman. Now, like I talked about the other day, there are injuries that this company is dealing with. Jeff Hardy's out. Big Cass out. Big Show, I think his contract expired. I think he's done. Paige is out. Brought her back, you thought, all right, Paige is going to be at WrestleMania. Paige is out. Dean Ambrose is out. Jason Jordan, Like I said, Jeff Hardy's out. R-Truth, I'm going by on the active roster that are injured. Samoa Joe's a big one. I guess Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar because of the cruiserweights. Alicia Fox, she doesn't really, I don't think she factors into anything. Epico and Primo. Samir Singh. Tamina. I mean, again, those are everyone that's injured on the active roster. That's not every play like, oh, like why aren't Primo and Epico on the WrestleMania card? I'm not losing sleep over that. Or why isn't Brian Kendrick on the card? But those are the injuries that the WWE are dealing with. Samoa Joe is a huge loss. Dean Ambrose is a huge loss. Jeff Hardy is a huge loss. And I feel like the last couple of years, Vince and company have had their backs up against the wall, facing major injuries to key players at WrestleMania. And it's tough because it's your biggest show. And we've gone years where they've had the biggest show and they really haven't had a major injury. They've had major injuries the last couple of years. That Cena was out that 1 year, Rollins was out that 1 year. So they've had the injuries. And again, Joe this year, Dean this year. But still, it doesn't look, just because you have injuries, okay. You still got to try. I mean, the fact that Braun Strowman and Elias, those two don't have a WrestleMania match, I'm not saying against each other because I think that's a waste. The fact that they're not facing somebody at WrestleMania already and it's March 7th, there's something wrong. There really is something wrong. Oh, and just saying, this is my humble opinion. We all know that the Asuka Alexa Bliss match, that's going to be so predictable. The match will be great. It'll be, they can go on for 20 minutes. And they have near fall after near fall, you know what the end result's going to be. So Asuka's going to win. Asuka rolls into WrestleMania 35, the champion, and she loses to Ronda Rousey. Book it. Book